Hello, friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. This is the Franchise Stars Football League, Week 1 of the FSFL. The Oakland Raiders head to Denver and Mile High Stadium to take on the Denver Broncos. The Raiders figure to be one of the top teams in the AFC, and this is probably the best division in the conference as well. The Broncos should be solid too. Their big question, can Jake Plummer minimize the mistakes under center and avoid shooting the Broncos in the foot? John Madden, I know it doesn't look like him on the sideline, but that's who the coaching strategy is modeled after. John Madden leads the Raiders. Mike Shanahan leads the Broncos. Raiders and Broncos coming up from Denver. Chris Barr will get ready for the kickoff. Rick Upchurch back to receive for the Broncos. Denver will get their hands on the ball first. Barr's kickoff, we're underway. Upchurch from the 7, out across the 20, out across the 25, out across the 30, and Rick Upchurch breaks it, and that's how you start things off. Rick Upchurch going the distance for Denver, and if you're the underdogs, this is how you want to start a game. Rick Upchurch goes 93 yards to open the season for the Broncos. Rick Upchurch, a guy who it seemed like I had every football card of, even though I wasn't a big football card collector. I felt like I had about 20 Rick Upchurch cards. And Upchurch goes the distance, and the Orange Crush take an early lead on the Raiders without ever even having possession. Jason Elam comes on for the extra point. Kick is up and good, and 10 seconds in, Denver has a 7-0 lead. Dan Burke joined us in the chat. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. I hope all is well with you, sir. So the Raiders, favored here, put behind the 8 ball quickly. Kickoff taken. Tim Brown. Brown out across the 20. He does not fare quite as well as Upchurch did. He's driven back a little bit. He'll actually probably be a little bit shy of the 20. And Ken Stabler, the Snake, leads things for the Raiders here in year 1. As you've seen, the Raiders, you saw in the intro, they are called the Oakland Raiders. I have them back in Oakland. None of this Las Vegas crap. The Cardinals back in St. Louis. The Rams in Los Angeles. Pretty much everybody but the Oilers where they should be. Play action. Stabler swings it out wide. Marcus Allen with the catch, and he takes a hit. Nothing doing on that one. Loss of a yard. Goose Gonsolin with the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 11 for the Raiders. Handoff. Allen tries to go off tackle. Gets to the outside. Nice tackle by Gonsolin there, though. But it's a pickup of 7 for Marcus Allen. And now it's a relatively manageable 3rd and 4. Shotgun formation. Stabler throws. Misses the mark. It's incomplete. And the Raiders, after allowing the touchdown by Upchurch on the opening kickoff, go 3 and out. Marquette King will come on to do the punting for the Raiders. HC, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Had a little bit of time before work trying to squeeze a broadcast in, which means you know that this game is going for overtime. So Shanahan sends Jake Plummer out there, and again, the Broncos, this is a very tough division. The Broncos probably the worst of the 4 teams in it, but the Broncos, solid, if unspectacular, and much of their fate this year is going to be determined on how well Jake Plummer plays for them. Drops back, pass tipped away. Nice play there by Dan Connors to break up that pass intended for Lionel Taylor. It's incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Denver. Plummer throws to the left-hand side, misses the mark. He's 0 for his first 2. Nnamdi Asomugha in coverage there. It'll be 3rd and 10. Plummer in the shotgun with an empty backfield. Takes the snap, throws to the right side. It's complete. Down the right sideline. Lionel Taylor switches sides, and this one works better for him. That's a 23-yard pickup. Chains will move for the Broncos as they get down into Oakland territory. Van McElroy comes over for help on the tackle with Lester Hayes, but the Broncos have the ball at the Raiders' 42. Still in the early going here. And if you're just joining us, first off, thank you. Rick Upchurch returned the opening kickoff of the season, 93 yards for a score. Plummer's pass there incomplete. HC notices a nice throw by Jacob. Plummer had the tools. He just was prone to the brain lock. 2nd and 10, goes to the right sideline, incomplete. 1 for 5 so far for Plummer. This Raiders defense is expected to be solid. They're solid pretty much top to bottom. Pressure from the outside, and down he goes. Gus Otto with the rush from the outside, sacks Plummer. That'll force them back out of field goal range as well. And instead of Jason Elam, punting unit will come on. I'm blanking on who the Broncos drew as their punter for year 1. It might have been Tom Ruin, but I'm not positive. That one angles towards the sideline, but bounces in the end zone past the pylon, and the Raiders will start off from the 20. 11:38 left here in quarter number 1. And off up the middle, Marcus Allen picks up 4 out to the 24. Lyle Alzado there on the tackle. Yeah, they got a really good draw in the secondary. Lester Hayes, Nnamdi Asomugha, Van McElroy at safety. Trying to remember who the rest of that secondary is. Skip Thomas is back there also. So the Raiders should be pretty good. Stabler's not always very accurate, but overall he's solid there. There's a completion for the first down. Charlie Smith out of the backfield, picks up 6, finds the marker, and the chains will move for the Raiders. High formation here with Stabler under center. Handoff, gives it to Mark Van Egan up the middle. Van Egan picks up 4, his first carry of the game and the season. Out to the 35, it'll be 2nd and 6. Handoff again, this one's Marcus Allen. Middle blocks up, Allen gets to the outside. Good hard running there by Marcus Allen. He'll move the chains there. First down run. Out to the 41. Allen just keeps those legs moving. First and 10. Handoff up the middle. Allen bowls his way forward again. And again, Marcus Allen running strong. First 2 carries didn't yield much, but that time he pushes everybody. Good run there by the very talented Marcus Allen. Into Denver territory, down to the 48. Play action, Stabler fakes it to Smith. Throws over the middle, intended for Tim Brown. John Mobley there in coverage with him, though. It's incomplete. It's 2nd and 10. Handoff, Allen. Down inside the 45. Once again, Lyle Alzado is in there. So now it's a 3rd and 7. We approach the 7-minute mark here in quarter number 1. Stabler in the shotgun. Good protection from this fantastic Raiders offensive line. Stabler's got to get rid of this ball, though. Ken Stabler, and ends great coverage by the Broncos. Stabler ends up throwing that one away. That would have been the ultimate coverage sack. Stabler had time to knit a sweater back there. But a terrific job by this Broncos secondary. Stabler has no option and has to throw it away, and now Marquette King will angle it to the sideline. Out of bounds, not a great punt. Goes out of bounds only at the 19. So King didn't get that one as deep as he wanted it. 6:42 left in the first, 7-0 Broncos. Rick Upchurch taking the opening kickoff of the season, 93 yards for the score. Plummer with the handoff. Oh, beautiful tackle there. Phil Filippiano. Horse collars, Mike Anderson. Yeah, HC, I agree. That was good stuff. I got it playing nicely right now. It's not perfect. Madden's never going to be perfect. There's too many flaws in the game engine, but I've been able to compensate for most of the errors. I'm going to make one tweak because there's a flag down on the play there. Mark Schlereth. It'll be 2nd and 15. I'll finish the week 1 because I don't want to have half the teams with one stat and half the teams with another. Plummer takes it to the outside. Nice run there by the fake Jake the Snake, Jake Plummer. The only snake is Ken Stabler. Make no mistake about it. Plummer trying to be the more potent snake here in this battle. Steal the nickname. That's all right. He didn't give it to himself. But anyway, what I was talking about as Anderson runs up the middle and has nothing there. So I just made the big adjustment that fixed the sacks issue. But I want to make a slight tweak to it before week 2 and do a little bit of a boost to the better pass rushers on the defensive line. Gerald Wilhite breaks this one down inside the Raiders' 40. 28-yard pickup for Wilhite on his first carry. So the secondary back gets a big gain. And I want to tone down that same rating, the finesse and power rating for the defensive line. I want to tone it down a little bit for the linebackers. Because proportionately right now, the linebackers are getting a few too many sacks and the defensive linemen aren't getting enough. It's going to be a minor tweak. I don't think it's going to be a huge difference. It's not going to break anything by any means, but I think it's going to make things play a little bit better going forward. Plummer drops back, throws down the right side. Upchurch with the catch, knocked out of bounds at the 10. So Upchurch thought of as a return man largely. Makes the play here as the receiver. He's really the third option. He's getting extra action. I believe Steve Watson was hurt during the preseason. So Upchurch is getting some of Watson's reps in the lineup. Plummer goes right side, corner, misses the mark. He had Upchurch there, but he overthrew it. Well, I appreciate that, HC. Yeah, again, it's Madden. It's never going to be perfect, but I've got it about as close to a sim as I think I can get it. At least until I redo all the playbooks. I've got a, I mentioned I did all the custom playbooks for teams here based on the Action PC game plan data. But I kind of did it a little bit crudely where it's really just focused on the proper run-pass ratios. And Plummer with a huge mistake. Intercepted by Lester Hayes in the end zone. And the Broncos go from possibly making this a 2-score game to turning it over. Lester Hayes picks it off. Intended for Upchurch, and that's a beautiful pick by Lester Hayes in the end zone. So the Raiders not only kill the drive, but get the ball. They'll start from their 20. Once I'm able to really do the refined approach to the playbooks, I think a couple of the other little things, a few too many big plays, nothing egregious, but a little bit too much, a few too many big plays, I can kind of fix that when I do that. But I probably won't get all those playbooks done until year 2, honestly. Stabler in the pocket. 2nd and 9. Deep down the left-hand side. He's got a man. It's complete. And it's a touchdown. There's the deep strike. Mervin Fernandez. Ken Stabler goes deep. Good coverage. Just a perfect pass. And Mervin Fernandez strikes deep, and the Raiders, pending the extra point, will tie this game up. The artist who's supposed to be John Madden, but looks nothing like him. Because you can't customize appearances in EA, and they give you like 12 coach appearances, which is absolutely absurd. So, Going to have a little bit of willing suspension of disbelief from you all there. But Madden's excited, I promise. 7-7 Raiders and Broncos here in Denver. 2:23 left in the first. I appreciate that, Dan. Yeah, one of the things, when I finally do get this roster up in the vault, and unfortunately, because Madden makes you can't edit everything, like contracts and ages. You can't really edit all that stuff externally. So I've had to do editing in the franchise mode. And also now I've made some ratings tweaks also in here, like the sack thing. So now I'm going to have to go back out into the external roster and make all those edits a second time. Big holes up the middle. Denver running it right down the Raiders' throat, which is surprising me a little bit. Mike Anderson, 4 carries for 30 yards to this point. But once I post this thing, all the sack stuff that I adjusted in franchise mode, I'm going to have to repeat again and adjust in the main roster set. But when I upload it, I'm going to have to kind of like let people know as Phil Villapiano picks up the sack there. That this is really meant for CPU versus CPU. If you're a Madden player and you download this roster set and you try to play with it, you're probably going to be able to pick apart some things. You know, I think it'll probably be, for a good Madden player, this roster set, you'll probably be able to expose some of the ratings things that work well in CPU versus CPU, but would be weak in CPU playing against a human opponent. But since I only play CPU, while I hope everybody enjoys the set as we get to the end of the first quarter, I hope everybody enjoys the project and uses it well. Ultimately, I'm building it for my own use. So we start off the second, tied at 7. Broncos with it around midfield, swung out of the backfield. Complete there. Plummer's only 3 of 11. Hits Riley Odoms. That's a 9-yard pickup, but Odoms is stopped just shy of the marker. 4th down, and the Broncos are not going to chance it. Punting unit comes on. Angled to the sideline, out of bounds at the 17, so it's in the 20. But still not as good a punt as they would have hoped for there. So Mervin Fernandez, 1 catch, 79 yards. Handoff. Marcus Allen up the middle, picks up 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Raiders. Yeah, HC, I agree, and I wish that Madden did. I wish they made it easier to build these projects, because I think if you could, the game looks great. Now, if you're playing human versus human or human versus CPU, and you've got the field level camera angle, you can see some wonky animations, guys catching things at weird angles, and a little bit of a skating thing in their step and stuff like that. That drives some people crazy. But in the broadcast mode, those little subtle things, you really don't see those mistakes, so that doesn't bother me as much, given the way that I use the game. But, if they focused on CPU versus CPU, and I've said this about other games too, I feel like you could draw an older audience. And this isn't just patting myself on the back, how cool is this, seeing Tom Jackson and Ken Stabler and Lyle Alzado and Marcus Allen, all these guys coming to life, on the field. That's cool. And your old school guys, your cards and dice guys, if you could kind of show them that this is what you can achieve and have it be realistic, I think you could draw a whole new audience into the game. But, Madden doesn't really, the EA guys don't really think about that. And they just kind of know that they've got their cash cow with a built-in audience, and that's what their focus is on. So Raiders driving down to the Broncos 44. Handoff Marv Hubbard, not much doing there. They give Marcus Allen a break. Hubbard's 2nd carry of the game. 2nd and 9 from the 43. Stabler rolls right. tough throw there for Stabler. A lefty rolling to his right. Misses the mark. Third and 9. Stabler hasn't been overly accurate either at this point. Actually, both quarterbacks have struggled a bit. That one's incomplete. It looks like Steve Wisniewski is going to leave with an injury. So just shy of field goal range, Marquette King will have to punt. Angles it to the sideline. That's a good one. That's out of bounds at the 5. So Marquette King pins the Broncos deep. 9:27 left in the half. We're tied at 7 in Denver. Broncos in the shotgun. A little dangerous inside the 5 there. And Plummer throws his second interception of the game. Skip Thomas. And you cannot throw that pick in that spot. Jake Plummer, a horrible pass. Looking for Upchurch there. And Skip Thomas, I don't know how he missed him, but he did. So now the Raiders, and I know if they get a field goal, nobody will deny it, but you need 7 out of this if you're the Raiders. Plummer, end zone, corner. Can't get the feet down. It's incomplete. Second and goal is Howie the Bernadoodle. Decides she wants to get off the couch. She's had enough of this game. The Raiders are challenging to see if this catch is in bounds. I don't think so, though. I think that call is going to stand as an incomplete pass. Bad challenge there by Madden. Second and goal from the 8. Short drop, pass, incomplete, intended for Mervin Fernandez. So both Stabler and Plummer have been horribly inaccurate in this one to this point. Both completing about 30% of their passes. Stabler rolls, fires. He's accurate enough there, though. Touchdown. He finds Mervin Fernandez again. This one of the shorter variety, but a touchdown nonetheless. And the Raiders, after the Jake Plummer interception, they pick Plummer for the second time in the game, and they get 7 out of it. Tom Jackson hits Stabler, but not before he can get rid of it. Find Fernandez in the end zone. And pending the Chris Barr extra point, the Raiders will take a 14-7 lead. Barr's extra point is up and good. 3 plays, 8 yards. That's not a drive. 9:11 left in the first half. Dan asked, sorry, I missed this one. Is Madden the hardest to sim? Tougher than the other sports games? Toughest to sim? It's the toughest to get right. Yeah, there's so much. I mean, NBA, honestly, NBA is my least favorite of the 4 major sports. The NBA 2K does a great job. MLB The Show, you've seen on here. The show is outstanding. I do a good job with the show, but the show makes it pretty easy to, if you're willing to put the work in. This Madden project, I've said it before, is easily the hardest project I've ever done. It's not even close. And that includes PC sims and going back to when I did the official rosters for Out of the Park and the opening day rosters for High Heat Baseball way back then. This is the hardest project I've ever done, just because there's so much. There's so many variables, and you're fighting the game engine. The game engine wants to be very offensive. It wants to be very pass-heavy. So you're really kind of fighting the nature of the game to try to make it work the way you want it. And, folks, Jake Plummer right now is 3 for 15. The Broncos may want to consider going back to running the ball a bit. They've run the ball effectively. And you've seen, I mean, the completion, and I've said I want this late 80s, early 90s, so I want completion percentages in the 50s as opposed to the high 60s, low 70s you see in real football right now. And for the most part, they've been doing that, but neither quarterback here. And now Jake the Snake is picked off by Chris Harris. We haven't had many interceptions in week 1 other than Bernie Kosar throwing 3 against the Bengals. But we've now got 3 picks in this game. Stabler is picked off for the first time. Both of these teams have very good secondaries. But it's not all on the secondaries. Both quarterbacks scuffling along a bit here. This has not been pretty football in this first half. Handoff Mike Anderson down inside the 45, and Anderson loses it. And it looks like the Broncos recovered. No challenge. Plummer has it. Pressure, Villapiano from the outside. Now Plummer leaves it on the ground. Oh my goodness, what a game we've got going here. So Plummer has thrown 2 interceptions, and now he leaves one on the turf. Villapiano gets to him for a second time. And I believe Ben Davidson falls on this one for the Raiders. Tex Aggs, how are you, buddy? I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I love doing them live. But it's funny because my original intention is Marcus Allen goes off tackle here, down inside the 40 to about the 35. Good, strong run from Allen, who has 83 yards in this first half. Our good friend Dwayne Martz had asked, so my original intention was because I had the sacks issue in played out games, and the and that stat did well in quick sim games. I was going to kind of balance things out and play half the games like this and half the games quick sim. But when I fixed the sacks issue, Dwayne asked me, he goes, well, if you fix the sacks issue, can you now play every game like this? And really, there's no reason why I can't. So I'm, in some fashion or other, every game is going to be streamed. I won't broadcast everyone. I'll probably do, my plan is to do 3, maybe 4 per game week on the schedule. But all the other ones I'll do, and I'll stream it with the EA Sports guys, and I'll do it as an upload in the Premiere, and then I'll just talk in the chat. Buckshot, how are you, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. I hope all is well with you, bud. It has been an ugly one so far here in Denver. Stabler's pass there is complete. Mark Van Egan out of the backfield. He's down to the 5. It's 2nd and 2. 4:42 left in the half. Allen gets off tackle. He's hit. Stopped from getting to the marker. Madden and the Raiders, they know that Stabler is struggling. They have run the ball a lot. I mean, Madden's team is going to run the ball a lot anyway. But they're really kind of trying to grind it out and hope that Stabler can get rolling. Stabler drops back. A little surprised to pass on 3rd and 1, and he has to throw this one away. Pressure gets in there. Tom Jackson pursues. Canada and Tampa. Oh, so that the actual series is starting tonight? I'll be at work, but I should be able to tune into that. For those of you who don't know, is the Raiders take the field goal there from Chris Barr. That's a 22-yard field goal attempt. And the Raiders extend their lead to 10. I didn't know all the Sewer Series stuff was done. If you guys, anyone watching or listening to this, if you're interested in baseball at all, we've run a very, very fun baseball history draft type league using Action PC Baseball. And we're in the playoffs of that now. I'm not in the playoffs of it because my team stunk. But but the playoffs are going on, and we got a bunch of great guys from this community are involved in that, and guys doing streams, including BBN there, our friend Buckshot, who's going to broadcast some games tonight on his channel. So I strongly urge you guys to check that out if you enjoy baseball and a little bit of baseball history and some fun chat along with it. 17-7 Oakland. 3 minutes left here in the first half. Plummer swings it wide. I believe that was Haven Moses. His first catch of the game is only a 3-yard pickup. Raiders secondary won't let him get into open field. 5 wide here. Empty backfield for Plummer. Quick throw out to the left. He lobs one, but too far out in front of Lionel Taylor. I don't know if there's wind or what going on. Our teams can't deal with the thin air, but this has been a pretty horrible quarterback performance from both teams. Howie Stabler has been able to strike for 2 touchdowns, even though he's been inaccurate. Punt taken by Tim Brown. Out across the 30, out across the 35. Out to the 39. So Marcus Allen approaching the 100-yard mark at halftime. Raiders have leaned on him heavily. Stabler starts out in the shotgun here. They don't use that formation a ton. And off to Allen, pickup of 4. Rulon Jones with the tackle. That'll bring us down to the 2-minute warning. Three wide up top. Stabler, delay, play action to Allen. Goes down the field, and that one was in the hands and then broken up. These guys can't even get to 1960s completion percentages at the moment. Under pressure up the middle, John Mobley sacks Ken Stabler, and the punting unit comes on. Double 07 checks in. Good to see you, my friend. I hope all is well with you. Fair catch called for by Upchurch. And Upchurch is accounted for Denver's only points. Rick Upchurch returned the opening kickoff of the season. 93 yards for the score. Oakland has scored 17 unanswered points since then, in what has been an ugly first half. Plummer is now 4 of 18. He has thrown 2 picks. And I can't believe the Broncos have gone away from the running game as much as they have, because they've run the ball effectively. Anderson and Wilhite have both carried well. Plummer, there's a completion. Riley Odoms, I believe, there along the sideline. Down on the 47. Out of bounds, clock stops at the minute 36 left in the half. Second catch of the game for Odoms. 1st and 10. Plummer fires, complete. Back-to-back completions. I think that's the first time that's happened in this one for Plummer. Running the no huddle. It's a 6-yard pickup. He finds Odoms again. Pass there. That one misses the mark. Intended for Lionel Taylor. Anytime they try to go down the field, the Broncos can't get anything. 3rd and 4. Plummer rolls right. Throws on the run, and a beautiful grab. Lionel Taylor lays out for the catch down to the Raiders' 23. And Lionel Taylor ended up being covered by Matt Millen, and that is not the matchup you want if you're the Oakland Raiders. Down inside a minute. Denver still has 2 timeouts left. Pressure up the middle. Dumps it off. Anderson out of the backfield. Down inside the 20. He'll get down to the 18. There's an injured Bronco. Ken Lanier is going to check out of this game. He'll get checked on. They'll sub for him on the line. 34 seconds left in the half. It's 2nd and 4. Pressure. Plummer steps up. He's going to keep it. First down. He slides down inside the 10. Nice run there from Plummer. Saving that timeout in case they need it. Looking end zone, incomplete. Game does occasional wonky things late at the half in terms of clock management. The biggest issue, though, is that the pass interference calls happen too often on Hail Marys. But we'll get to that. That won't be necessary here. Touchdown from Plummer to Haven Moses. And maybe Plummer starting to find a little bit of form late in this first half. He had a few completions on that drive. finds Haven Moses, who finds a seam in the end zone with 8 seconds left before halftime. Extra point attempt coming from Jason Elam. It is up and good. 9 plays, 76 yards, in a minute 37. Elam with the kick. Taken at the 10. Out across the 20. Brown is brought down at the 22. 5 seconds left. And it looks like Stabler will just take a knee and go to halftime. And he will. So an eventful first half. It's been exciting, if not pretty. We go into the tunnel, 17-14 Oakland. Here in Denver. The number of pass plays and number of incompleted pass plays have that overall snap count a little bit high, because the clock keeps on stopping. Of course, as I'm trying to squeeze a game in before work, we have the clock stopping, try to get me out the door late. These games, it's not saying anything during halftime because those games haven't been played yet. I'm looking forward to that Titans-Saints game. Earl Campbell in the backfield for the Titans. Drew Brees at the helm for the Saints. That one should be good. But we'll get rolling with the second half here. There's the 79-yard strike from Stabler to Mervin Fernandez. He found Fernandez again for the second touchdown in the half. Raiders will receive to open up half number 2 here, 17-14 Oakland. Tim Brown takes it at the 3, out across the 20. He'll be brought down at the 25. And Stabler and the Raiders will get to work. They've leaned heavily on Marcus Allen. We'll see if they continue to do so. And there's Allen, and Allen doesn't seem to mind it. Out across the 40. Well over the 100-yard mark now, out to the 41. And a little bit of extracurriculars after the play. Allen gets tripped up. Drawing with some Raiders. Drawing with some Broncos there, rather. I formation for Oakland. Handoff. I believe that's Van Egan. Up the middle. Not much there. Picks up 3. Brought down by Grant. A little bit of pushing and shoving again after the play. You're going to get that when these two teams meet. Handoff. Allen tries to get outside. Nothing doing. Nothing doing on that one. Ryan with the tackle. It's 3rd and 7. They hand it off anyway, even on 3rd down. That shows you, A, how much confidence they have in Marcus Allen, but also how concerned they are with Ken Stabler's ineffectiveness to this point. They run it on 3rd and 7. Allen gets a few, but not enough. And Marquette King will come on to punt. So the Raiders elect to play the field position game, although Marquette King does not get a good punt off there. King with a terrific leg does not hit that one well. Broncos maybe get Haven Moses a bit more involved. Moses with that touchdown catch late at the end of the first half, only his second catch of the game. Handoff up the middle. Mike Anderson, Howie Long says, "How do you do, sir?" Only a pickup of a yard. 8 carries, 39 yards for Anderson so far. So he's averaged almost 5 yards a carry. There's movement there, and I think it's going to be a false start on Denver. And it is. So that'll push him back to 2nd and 14. Mike Shanahan will not be happy with that. Handoff. Mike Anderson has some room. He's got the first down marker and more. Out to the 39. So on 2nd and 14, Anderson gets 15. Lots of holes being opened up. You know, this Raiders front line has not done a good job today, frankly. There have been a lot of holes there, which is why it's been a little bit surprising that Shanahan went. He is pass heavy, I get that, but the run has been effective. Plummer has not been effective. I think at that point you got to adapt a little bit. Plummer fires complete. Riley Odoms down to the Raiders 40. Fourth catch for Odoms, 57 yards receiving for him. Eddie Anderson on the tackle. Plummer throws a strike there, and Denver is on the move. And in the shotgun, Anderson the lone setback. Hand off, and that hole opens up again. That's the same play, the same hole, and the same result. Mike Anderson rips off the carry down inside the Raiders' 9-yard line. First and goal for the Broncos. Gerald Wilhite comes in to spell Mike Anderson. Plummer fires over the middle. Dangerous pass. Dan Connors knocks it down. That was interceptable. But it's just incomplete. It's second and goal. Handoff. Wilhite cuts it back. Pulls his way towards the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, Gerald Wilhite, and the Broncos are the first team to strike here in the second half. That's what we talked about. Get the ground attack going a bit. The Raiders have been vulnerable. And the Broncos take the lead. Wilhite goes in from 9 yards out. Jason Elam for the extra point. It is up and good, and it's 21-17 Denver. Kickoff taken by Tim Brown. If you remember, in the preseason tournament, the Raiders mopped the floor with the Broncos. Stabler was terrific in that game. He has been much less so here. Handoff. Allen up the middle, gets a couple. 21 carries for 123 yards for Marcus Allen. He has been terrific. See if they start to use Charlie Smith a little bit more. Preserve Allen a little bit, but at this point, now that you're trailing, if Allen says he can go, you're going to let him go. Pickup of 7, 3rd and 3, down to the 32. I'd say out to the 32 since they're in their own territory. 8 minutes left in the third. Stabler drops back, fires, that's complete. Tim Brown out across the 40. First down will move the chains. Out to the 46. It's Brown on the crossing route. That is Tim Brown's first reception in this game. Again, this Raiders secondary is very good, but this Broncos secondary is exceptional as well. Champ Bailey. Chris Davis. Steve Atwater. David White Braxton. I get the Braxtons confused. The football Braxton and the boxing Braxton. 2nd and 1 from the Broncos 45. Handoff, here's Marv Hubbard. Hubbard gets the carry, gets the first down. 4 carries for 16 yards for Hubbard. They get Allen a break. Now Allen comes back in. There's Allen. Jukes around one defender, fights his way down inside the 40 to the 39. It's a pickup of 2. Out-of-town scoreboard, the Patriots defeat the Eagles in the rain in New England, 27-24. That game is up for viewing here on the channel. Allen gets to the outside, first down, nice little move, bumps to the outside. Steve Atwater hits him and knocks him out of bounds, but it's a first down run for Allen. Just jawing with Atwater. Good drive going here for the Raiders. Allen checks out again. Hubbard up the middle, pulls his way forward, and Jim Otto It's a little bit worse for wear for the Raiders. He's going to come out. Not going down the tunnel, though. He'll just go on to the bench. So they'll give Otto a little bit of a check and see if he can get back into this game. 2nd and 7 for Oakland. And off Allen. Down inside the 15. Spins off a tackle, but is marked short of the marker. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the 13. They go to the shotgun despite the 3rd and 1. But it is the handoff. Allen cuts it back, goes right up the middle, and it's a first down for the Raiders. They'll have 1st and goal. 27 for 169 for Marcus Allen. Charlie Smith comes into the game now as Allen again takes a breather. So they are cycling him through. Smith, and that's a touchdown for Charlie Smith. So Marcus Allen does all the heavy lifting. Charlie Smith is the one who'll get into the end zone, and the Raiders reclaim the lead here in Denver. That was a very good drive by the Raiders. Nice cutback from Smith. The overused EA dive into the end zone animation. Chris Barr will come on for the extra point. 3:26 left in the 3rd. Extra point is up and good. 11 plays, 75 yards in 5:55. And the Raiders have reclaimed the lead 24-21. Hey, D Massa, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. We got a good one brewing here. Neither quarterback has been good. But it has been an exciting affair nonetheless. Here you see Mike Anderson. He ripped up a couple of big carries on that last Broncos drive. We'll see if they keep feeding. Gerald Wilhite is the back at the moment, and Wilhite takes it out across the 35, out across the 40. Wilhite has only carried it 3 times, but he's got 52 yards and a score. That is making the most of your opportunities. Oh, looked like there was a punch thrown there. Wilhite getting into it. I think that was with Skip Thomas after the play. Refs didn't see it. Mike Anderson brought down from behind by Chester McLaughlin. Pick up a 4 out to the 45. Trips down low. Plummer in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it to Anderson. And that play has been there for Anderson. Anderson takes off inside the 20, inside the 15. Lester Hayes takes the angle on him and drives him down near the sideline. But that carry to that side has been there. Ryan Clady is chewing up. I'm trying to remember who's at right end for the Raiders. Howie Long is on the left side. But whoever is over there, Ryan Clady is serving him his lunch because he has opened up that hole throughout this game. And Mike Anderson just keeps going right down it. Skip Thomas comes up there, stops Wilhite for a loss of 2. It'll be 2nd and 12 from the 14. Appreciate y'all joining me here for an afternoon broadcast. If you have not subscribed as of yet, I hope you will consider doing so. And I kindly request, if you like what you hear, bang that like button. YouTube likes that, and thus so do I. 5 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if they run another play before the gun sounds. And they do. And a horrible pass there. They try to run the little wide receiver screen, and Plummer spikes that one into the ground. And you got to wonder if maybe they were trying to rush that play off there instead of just letting it end the 3rd quarter and take your time to call a play, because now it's 4th and 13. This will be 32 yards for Jason Elam. This should be a chip shot for Elam. To tie the game, the kick is up and good. So we are knotted up in the 4th here in Denver. Raiders and Broncos 24-24. What you would expect out of a divisional matchup like this. This will be the best division in the FSFL here in year 1. The Chiefs are terrific. The Raiders, as you're seeing, are good. The Broncos are solid, and the Chargers are very solid as well. Chargers beat the Dolphins 29-20 in their opener. Tom Jackson breaks in there and gobbles up Marcus Allen. Yeah, glad you made it there, DM. Yeah, usually I'll do stuff. I mean, this is actually an easier time for me. If I do a live, it's usually either going to be now or it's going to be late at night. But sometimes I can record a stream in the morning and then I premiere it at night while I'm at work, and then I participate in the chat, and I'll let the EA broadcast crew actually call the game, which is fun. But I still like doing the broadcasts. Great protection there for Stabler, but the coverage is great again. And the Raiders are going to go 3 and out. You might be seeing the two best secondaries in the league here, actually. The more I think about it. Throw the Steelers into that mix. The Steelers secondary is great, too. I mean, listen, Plummer and Stabler have not been good, but the secondaries have certainly deserved a bit of credit for that. You've really seen it. Stabler has had a bunch of times where he has had a ton of time to throw the ball, and just nobody has been able to get open. Plummer to the right side, incomplete pass there. Lester Hayes in that tight coverage on Riley Odoms. They're going to have toned down the pass completion game from the default, where if you quick sim games just with the default Madden rosters and engine, guys will complete 70+% of the passes. And I want late 80s, early 90s. I want low 60s to lead the league. And that's what I'm getting so far. But this one has been extreme. Phil Villapiano from that left linebacker spot gets in again. That is the third time he's gotten Plummer. So they have contained the defensive line in terms of sacks to this point. Howie Long hasn't gotten near him. Ben Davidson hasn't gotten near him. But Villapiano has gone untouched a couple of times and had a clear run at Plummer. So the punt is done. The Raiders get the ball back. They'll start from their 25. Mark Van Egan at the fullback. Marcus Allen, the halfback. Allen gets another carry. That's number 30. Brought down by Trevor Price. Nothing doing there. They say he got a yard. It's 2nd and 9. Play action. Stabler over the middle. Complete. There's Mervin Fernandez. Out to the 45. 2 touchdowns and interception, but Stabler's only 7 for 18. That was a strike, though. Fernandez gets the inside track on Tom Jackson. Down inside 11 minutes in the fourth. We're tied up. Oakland and Denver, 24-24. Week 1 of year 1 of the Franchise Stars Football League. Allen gets to the outside. First down yardage. Atwater comes up for the hit, but he finds the marker. And Marcus Allen, so far, the best rushing performance of week 1. Most carries as well, but 177 yards on the ground now for Allen. Handoff. That is stuffed. Mike Hubbard tries to go up the middle, and Lyle Alzado greets him rudely. It's 2nd and 10 from the Denver 45. Stabler drops. Swings it wide. Allen out of the backfield. Why not? Complete. Tom Jackson, good tackle there. Brings him down. That's Allen's 2nd catch. Down in the 39. If it goes to overtime, yes, Tech. This would be the 2nd overtime game. Zach Miller picks up the 12-yard grab. Using the tight end. Down near the 8-minute mark. Raiders don't want to see this go to overtime. Now they're in Chris Barr's field goal range. Drop back. Stabler fires. End zone. Touchdown. There's a flag on the play. Stabler's best pass of the game hits Tim Brown. And we'll see what the call is. Defensive pass interference. That will be declined, and it'll be a touchdown for the Raiders, who take the lead. 7:52 left in the fourth. Stabler's best pass of the game, complete to Tim Brown for the touchdown, and now Chris Barr will come on for the extra point. Jay Schrader holds. The kick is up and good. 7 plays, 76 yards, and 406 for the Raiders. They lead it 31-24. Here's the kick. Upchurch. Out across the 25. Breaks the first tackle, but the second man brings him down. So now Jake Plummer goes to work. 7:48 left. Plummer has not been good. 31-24 Raiders. Both teams have rushed for 200 yards in this one, compensating for the fact that their quarterbacks, despite that terrific throw from Stabler just a minute ago, have not been good. Complete there, Plummer to Odoms. Pick up a 5, 2nd and 5. There's plenty of time on the clock. They don't need to rush the ball down the field. Handoff. Anderson brought down shy of the marker. 3rd and 1. Matt Millen with the tackle. Big third down here. Shanahan has Plummer in the shotgun. It's a handoff. Up the middle. They grabbed him, and I don't think he got there, and he didn't. Derek Burgess grabs Mike Anderson, wrestles him to the ground, and it's 4th and inches from their own 36. I'm not sure you can chance this if you're Denver. And they won't. So the Broncos will punt and put it on their defense to stop the Raiders. I know it was just 4th and inches, but if you go for it there and you fail, you are 10 yards away from a field goal for Chris Barr. Here you see Mervin Fernandez, only 3 catches, but 106 yards, 2 touchdowns, including the 79-yard strike from Stabler. Now we'll see if Stabler is feeling a little more confident after that last touchdown pass. Under pressure. Throws away. Stabler under pressure, but gets rid of it. Is able to evade the sack. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 5:34 left in the game. Play action. A little surprised they're throwing it twice, but shows you what I know. Complete, and Tim Brown fumbles it. Brown is hammered. Loses the ball. Atwater, I believe Atwater forced the fumble and recovered it. Yep, Atwater steamrolls him. Jars the ball loose and then recovers it. Steve Atwater with a huge play, and Denver has signs of life. 5:27, they take over from their own 47. Down by 7. Handoff, Mike Anderson to the outside. They seal that one off. Connors and McElroy get over there. Bring them down, no gain. It's 2nd and 10. Huge play by Steve Atwater. There's a flag. We'll see who moved. False start on the Broncos. If you want to see a classic football clip and you haven't seen it, look up Steve Atwater and Christian Okoye. The Nigerian Nightmare myth was killed single-handedly by Steve Atwater. One of my favorite hits in NFL history. Hand off there, Mike Anderson. 3rd and 7. So a big third down here for Denver. Plummer stands in, looks, throws, complete. Haven Moses down inside the Raiders 30, down to the 26-yard line. So Plummer with the big completion when he needed one. Good job by Moses. Moses finds the gap in between 4 defenders, and Plummer threads it in. Coming up on 3.5 minutes left in the game. Atwater was great. He was so good. I love watching that guy play. Plummer dumps it to Anderson out of the backfield. Inside the 20, wrestled down at the 16. The chains will move 1st and 10. 7th catch. I thought that was Adams. I'm sorry. That was Riley Odoms, the tight end, on the little quick out. Plummer, under pressure, throws incomplete. A little bit of a dangerous throw off the back foot there from Plummer. 2nd and 10, 2:43 left. It's a handoff. Anderson up the middle. Brought down. It'll be 3rd and 9. Field goal does nothing for the Broncos here. And there's movement, and I think it was Denver again. And it is. False start. Mike Shanahan discussed it on the Broncos sideline. 3rd and 14. Plummer. And they could do the handoff. Mike Anderson near the goal line. So they hand it off on 3rd and 14. They go with the draw, and Anderson catches them completely off guard, but this one hurts. Ryan Clady, who has opened up so many of those holes today, is coming out of the game. 1st and goal from the 1. I formation. Pitch wide. Wilhite fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. We get to the 2-minute warning. Elam's extra point would tie it up. It is up and good. 8 plays, 63 yards after Atwater forces the Tim Brown fumble. 2 minutes left. We're tied 31-31 in Denver. Here's Brown trying to make amends for that fumble out across the 20. Buckshot, no good game. Yeah, what a call from Dan Burke, absolutely. But, Anderson, they've had more success running than throwing. And you're taking 2 plays there anyway. There's no way they're kicking on 4th down. So it's actually not a horrible call. Good job by Marcus Allen to pick up the blitz. Stabler hits Mike Ciani. Stabler has somehow gotten himself back to 50% completion percentage. He's now 12 of 24. He has been much better in this second half. Out across the 45. Chris Barr does not have a great leg, but he is accurate. Raiders are going to look for another 20 yards here. Play action. Out route incomplete. Ethan Horton, Chris Harris jawing along the sideline. I do apologize in advance. I'm not going to be able to do much post-game stuff because I have to get ready for work. Pass. Oh, what a grab by Mervin Fernandez. Fights Champ Bailey and wins the battle. Down to the 25. Timeout. Called now by Denver, who suddenly realize that they want time on the clock if the Raiders get points here. The Broncos use another timeout. 2nd and 9 from the 24. So now if you're the Raiders, you might not push this too hard. Handoff Allen up the middle. Fights through a couple of tackles. Denver uses its last timeout. 3rd and 1 for the Raiders. And that was a little too cute on that pitch. They tried to go outside with Allen. Rulon Jones blows it up. And Chris Barr is going to come on for a 39-yard potential game winner. Terrific play by Rulon Jones to stuff that one. Barr is on. 30 seconds and ticking on the clock. Here's the snap. Here's the kick. It is up and good. So from 39 yards, Chris Barr puts it through. 34-31 Raiders, 21 seconds left in the game here in Denver. Kickoff taken by Upchurch at the 4. Out across the 20. Wrestled to the ground at the 24. Denver has no timeouts. Oh, I can't do anything with options at this point. All right. I wanted to see if I could turn off defensive pass interference. Oh, wait a minute. All right. Just because of that Hail Mary pass interference glitch that's been happening, I need to know that I can if Denver has to call a Hail Mary there, I don't want them to get that gimme field goal because it drives me crazy. Oh, can I not change? Oh, I might actually not be able to change the sliders. Nope. All right, so I'm just gonna have to. Oh, penalties. There we go. Oh no, I can't modify it once the game is going. All right, well, it's gonna be what it's gonna be then. Get back to Super Sim mode. Get back to jump forward. Get back to end the game. So hopefully it's not going to come up. If not, I'm going to have to find another way to figure out how to get around that Hail Mary issue. The teams just flipped sides. Because I went in there into the menu thing. There's a nice EA glitch. Oh, that's funny. That makes no sense, but that's all right. We'll just say the camera angle changed. It doesn't really have any impact on the game. But that's funny. 2nd and 10. Quick out route there. That's not going to get it done, and that's going to be it. They tried to get out of bounds, unable to do so. And the Broncos come up short. The Raiders push to the test here in Denver. I think you had to try to go down the field once they're mid-level there. That short pass, trying to get out of bounds there, wasn't really going to buy you too much if you're Denver. But the late field goal, letting the Raiders come down the field, was really what did the Broncos in there. And the Raiders get the test, but hold on for the victory. 34-31, Chris Barr. In the waning moments, a 39-yard field goal to cap the scoring. And the Raiders get out of Denver by the skin of their teeth. There you see the scoring update. Upchurch, the 92-yard kickoff return to open things up. Mervin Fernandez, 79 yards from Stabler. Mervin Fernandez then caught another touchdown pass from Stabler. Thanks, Buckshot. I appreciate it, buddy. I'll see you on your stream later on. 8:30, you said, I believe. So be sure to check in the Buck's channel if you have not as of yet. Give him a like, give him a subscribe, and follow along with some fun baseball action there. Barr, Haven Moses, 10 yards from Plummer. Will Height and Charlie Smith exchange touchdown runs in the third. There you see Tim Brown. I'll tell you, man, when Atwater forced that fumble, I thought the Broncos were going to win the game. They just seem to be living right on their side there. There you see Plummer, 2 picks, 15 of 37 for 191, a touchdown and 2 picks. That's not going to get it done. Stabler, 13 of 26 for 255, 3 touchdowns and an interception. Stabler so much better in the second half because he was atrocious during the first half. Marcus Allen and Mike Anderson, the top 2 rushing performances of the week to this point. Still got a couple more games to sim. 34 for 180 for Allen, 18 for 165 for Mike Anderson. Receiving, Mervin Fernandez, thanks to that 79-yard touchdown reception, goes over the 100-yard mark. Sacks, Phil Villapiano had 3 from the outside. John Mobley had 1 for the Broncos. Broncos had 1 sack. The Raiders had 4. Much more manageable than the numbers we were getting early on. So that'll do it, guys. I appreciate you tuning in for the stream here this afternoon. I will be on. I might have another game coming up later that will be the EA broadcast crew. I've got a couple in the can that I might see if I can splice and put up and do in the chat later on. But if not, I will see you at some point on here tomorrow. Again, like and subscribe if you have not as of yet. Most importantly, guys, be good to each other. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk soon. The Oakland Raiders, not Las Vegas. Oakland defeats Denver 34-31. Mike in the truck, how are you, buddy? Hope all is well with you, sir. Just missed a good one here, so go back and tune back and check in on this one and a bunch of the other games that got posted here from week 1. Take care, guys. I'll talk to you later.